Good morning, sports fans of Lincoln and Logan County. You're in the Cheap Seats 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. We are out here at the Christian Village, the area's leader for senior living and healthcare services. Give them a call at 732-2189 for a tour. Josh Komnick, along with a special guest. He's been here before, Mr. Kirby, Scott Kirby. Scott, thanks for coming in this morning and filling in for the main man, the furniture guy, Jake Johnson.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
He's back in the seat here, a sports fan of many sports, of course the Bears and of course the Railers. As we, Jake and I usually bring up winning Saturdays. We've had a lot of winning Saturdays this season. It's been a great season. Of course, most everybody was either listening or was at the game Thursday night when, for the most part, I guess now you're reading back and looking back, pandemonium, kind of a missed call, a blown call, whatever you are a fan of, or if you're just a fan of basketball. There were some things that happened during the game that were questionable. Of course, the one late, and we'll get into that a lot more. But Scott, you were a guy that watched the Railers all season, 28-5 on the year. A very good basketball team, a fun basketball team to watch. It was just tough the way it ended on Thursday night.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing about it. You know, these kids bust their butt all year long and, you know, practice hard. And for them to end their season like that, it's gut-wrenching and, you know, it's heartbreaking, I guess. And, you know, just the way it unfolded. You know, some people say, well, it should never came down to that. Well, you know, it did. And unfortunately, the call didn't go Lincoln's way. You'll have that. But, you know, they'll all be back next year except for Pod, so I felt really bad for him.
Yeah.
He's been, you know, the backbone of that team, the lone senior, and he played his tail off, you know, all year long. And just to go out like that, it's just, man, it
yeah, and
stinks.
I tell you, even worse was the guy that came down with the rebound.
Yeah.
And we'll go over all that Chatham-Glenwood game that was Thursday night. We do want to give a huge congratulations to the team that's going to be playing for a state title today, the Cougars from Mason City. Illini Central, they were big winners yesterday, 52-38 over Nokomis, who, as you said, not a great weekend for as you're close to the Alexander family, as Coach was a real good relations with Nokomis. I think he even said, I saw in an interview where he was played with the coach from Nokomis.
Yep,
so
Steve Kimbrough.
Yes. Yeah. So they went down to the Cougars 52-38, 27-5 so far for Mason City. They're playing for a state title. They were in the state title game last year, got second, and now they're going to be playing Madison, who is 21-11 at 2 p.m. today for the state championship. So I'm sure a lot of people are getting ready to get in their cars from over in Mason City in that area. I'm sure a lot of people from Lincoln are maybe even heading up to watch that great basketball team. I've gotten a chance to see them one time play Riverton, and I don't think it was their best game. Riverton actually beat them at Riverton, but they are a really good basketball team to watch. Coach Giesler does a great job. They are athletic as a 1A team that I've ever seen. They've got a big kid in McClure who goes 6'4", 6'5". They run and press and jump, and they're all over the court. So I saw a little bit of the Madison game yesterday. I don't know if you got a chance to see any, Curb, but they're athletic. They're from the Chicago area, but I don't think they have a chance against Illini Central. Illini Central has a lot of seniors, and they're still a little mad from last year. Yeah, and
Entwistle, he's seems like he's been playing. He might have an older brother, but Entwistle for Mason City is just one of those names that always sticks out. A great ball player, and we mentioned before the show started that these two teams met up. Nokomis and Mason City met up for the 8th grade championship, you know, 4 years ago. So it's kind of neat to see them kind of, you know, match up again, but Mason City came out on top, so good luck to them. Yeah,
you talk about Entwistle, just named All-Stater first team, so you talk about a guy that you've probably heard a lot. That's reason he's good. First team All-State for Entwistle, and I'm sure they had, I think Bradshaw, the kid Bradshaw was a second teamer. Surprised the McClure kid wasn't up there too. He was dominant all year, but some big props, and we'll get a little more into their game. But Curb, we've got a guy that's family-wise close to you. He's down in St. Louis at the at the Arch Madness. I'm sure he got into going that after Greg was playing, and then continues to go there. And Coach Alexander joins us via phone line from St. Louis down at the Missouri Valley Conference Championship. Coach, thanks for joining us, and how's the morning going so far?
Well, it's going pretty well. Great atmosphere down here, but as you know, we'd rather be somewhere else.
Yeah, Coach, thanks for joining us. Of course, we know you enjoy going down to the Valley Tournament, but at one point you said that you were going to go down there, and I was like, don't worry about it. We'll not have you on. Maybe the next week we'll have you on. But you made the phone call this morning and said, I want to come on for my kids, for the team, for the community. Obviously, Thursday, the Coach didn't turn out the way that any of us liked, but then again, as you look back and you've got a couple days to think about it, it's probably even worse seeing what Chatham did to Centennial last night.
Well, we felt that if we could have got by Chatham Glenwood, that the next game our chances would have been maybe even better than what they were against Chatham Glenwood. But that's the way the ball bounces, and you got to play them step by step, and you just got to continue to play and work hard and do the things that you have done all year, and hopefully they get you over the hump. But we sure didn't get by that hurdle, and it's unfortunate on how things closed out.
Yeah, Coach, through three quarters, obviously Thursday night the Railers were the better team. There's no question about it. About 4:30 left, I think, in the fourth quarter, maybe 5 minutes. We were up, I think, 8 points, just trying to go back on the game a little bit as I've thought about it the last couple of days. And we had, I think Gavin might have had the ball. They call him for an early travel. If he doesn't get that travel, we go up 10 points. It's an easy layup. He makes it for sure, I believe. We just had those little things, a few turnovers there in the fourth quarter. As a lot of people say, it was tough for that call at the end, obviously, but we had our chances to extend a lead. And you got to give your credit to Chatham. They played tough. They hung in there. They hit some big shots late, but that's probably one of the bigger things that hurt, is that the Railers were in control for most of the part of the game.
Very much so, and I think that throughout, if you look back through the course of the year, I think we had 7 overtime games, and this is an area this group of kids have got to improve on, is being able to close out a game, and a lot of it has to come with youth and how old the kids are and whatever, but give them another year of maturity and growth and things, and hopefully, you get those 8 or 10 points leads, it becomes automatic that those are in the bank. And, looking back on the tapes, we had some calls that didn't favor us. That one travel that you were talking about, all he did was hesitate.
Yeah.
Hand was on top of the ball, and I got no idea how they come up with a travel on that. If they've done 3A and 4A basketball, and then we had 4 carries, and I haven't had 4 carries on my basketball team the last 10 years, and all of a sudden you got 4 of them in one game. So where are they coming up with that? And I just think that there was some calls, but again, I go back to what I said on with some other people. That is a tough thing to call. Being a referee is it's not a favorable position to be in by anyone. And personally, I don't know why anybody would want to do it.
I know I don't.
Really, I don't. And, because you're not going to make half the gym happy, and, and that's just the way it is. But those guys take pride in it, and they do the best job they can. And unfortunately, I felt like we didn't get some calls that we needed.
Yeah, Coach, you talk about some of the, not necessarily youth. These guys have had a lot of experience, but there were times in the fourth quarter where we had chances, I think, to extend the lead, and we got to a point where sometimes it looked like almost indecisiveness. Should we go to the hoop? Is Coach going to? Does Coach want us to do that? Should we kick it back out? Should we really take that shot? What should I do? And I think some of the where in the fourth quarter, the indecisiveness of our guys, maybe not knowing what to do, but really wanting to do it at a time where it's just pressure like crazy. Is that what we're supposed to do?
I think.
Yeah, and again, that's the youth of them, and you can't become complacent when you got an 8-point lead, but you also got to be very selective in what you're doing. And I thought we got in a hurry. We tried to do some things that aren't normally in our offense, and it forced us to turn the ball over. Some of the passes, and it was passer, but it was also some people not in the correct spots, and it goes back to game slippage. And when you get into a tight game like that, that's why you prepare and you practice hard. So you have those situations that are there. But our kids had a great year.
Yeah.
They're 28-5. If you'd have told me 28-5 when the year started, I'd have looked at you like you were, not all, you didn't really know what you were talking about, because that was a great year from our kids, and the fact that Will Podbelsic was our only senior and was a great leader for us, and he provided a lot of when kids leave our program, we hope that they leave something for the kids behind them to pick up on, and hopefully our guys picked up on the work ethic and how hard you have to play and practice from Will, because the way he played on Friday and Saturday night was the exact same way he practiced. And, not always was he having a great practice, but you never ever had to doubt his effort and how hard he played. And when you do that, then good things happen. So and then we go to the end of the game on the last play. Yeah, the official, you wouldn't ever want to be in his position that he was in. He was hoping that the clock had run out.
Yeah, or he didn't, or Allen didn't make that last shot. There's no question about that.
Well, I guarantee you, he was hoping that clock was going to run out, so he didn't have to make that call. I saw the tape of it. The Chatham kid kind of ducked his head.
Yeah.
And, he knew he fouled him, and he pushed him out. And the thing is he didn't want to make the call. He made the wrong call that decided the game instead of making the right call that would have decided the game, and that would have been us the other end shooting free throws.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one. You can see replays. I somehow was just searching when I got home Thursday, and obviously I couldn't sleep. I was up. I found the social media Twitter somehow, and I started following these people that were at the game. Mahan, of course, from the Register. Obviously a guy that I read a lot during the season. He obviously thought it was a bump, and he's probably pro Chatham a little bit. I mean, he's from the Springfield area as far as his job. So he saw it. You read a lot of things people didn't think it was, but I know, Curb, where you were sitting, I think you had a pretty good angle of it. I think Coach said it well. When I didn't look necessarily, I saw contact, but I also saw the reaction of the player from Chatham, and almost like he put his hands over his head or kind of put him behind his, knelt down and was like, oh man, I just really screwed up. But it's unfortunate, and it's unfortunate, I think, too, because of the senior Will Podbelsic came up with a rebound. He clearly had possession of it and took a bounce, and the rest is history for us to talk about for years, I guess.
Yeah, I guess they.
Yeah, it'll be talked about up there with that Lampier game that you played in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a long time ago already. You have to remind me about that. But Coach, we'll let you go and have some fun. Anything else you want to say before the last time here in the basketball season?
Well, I would like to thank our fans, and I think our fans were outstanding, and they showed a lot of class. Our student body was excellent. Mm-hmm. I can't say enough about them. They're a part of our basketball program, and they all know that. And I just want to say thank you to our student body, because, they do take pride in their basketball team and enjoy what's going on and things. And, you can't buy a cheaper ticket for entertainment than what our kids put on this year. It was outstanding. And I enjoyed watching them. I enjoyed coaching them, and I am looking forward to next year to have an outstanding year. Our kids have got to know they can't be complacent. They'll have to continue to work to get better, because other teams are. Our conference was young. We had a lot of good players in our conference, and the teams are going to be just as good next year, if not better. So we have to continue to work to get better and stronger and do the things that we have to improve on. And I got a lot of faith in our kids. I know they're probably even wanting next week to get back in the gym and start working out. But some of them have got some spring sports to do, and my philosophy: if you go play that sport and you put 100% in, you be focused and you play just like you do the basketball season. You go do that, and then we'll get to summertime and we'll start working again towards next year. So, and next year will be here before you know it.
Yeah, always is.
It'll be really quick. So, and then the last thing is we do have our basketball banquet on Monday night. Even if we were still playing in Tuesday, we were going to have our banquet simply because of spring sports and everything the following week. As soon as basketball's done, that's the first week that spring sports can start their actual game competitions and things. So we were having a hard time finding a date to have our banquet that it didn't interfere with spring sports. So we were going to have ours even if the season was still going on or whatever, Monday night. And so our banquet, our athletic awards banquet, is at the high school cafeteria at 6 o'clock. And we'll be honoring these kids for a great year. And our public is invited, and we'd like for everyone to come out and let these guys know that what kind of year they did have. Because even Monday night's going to be a hard night for everyone.
Yeah.
Because this is not going to leave for a while, the way that the season ended and everything. So if everyone could come out and encourage them and let them know the support. And I know we have a lot of support and feelings, and it's a great meal catered by John Gazzardo, and it's a $15 plate, all you can eat. We have chicken, we have roast beef, and everything to go with it. And the food is outstanding. And again, that is Monday night at 6 o'clock in the high school cafeteria.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks as always, and all season long for joining us, not only on Saturday mornings, but after every game that you do. We know it's tough, but the Railers will get over it. You got a little bit different season coming up next year. Maybe this year you weren't expected to do as much. Well, next year you probably will be, with only losing one senior. So the guys have got to take a little bit of that on, and we know, as always, you'll have them ready.
Well, coming into this year, nobody expected a whole lot of our kids, and the pressure wasn't there. So this is another area the kids are going to have to adjust to, is the type of pressure that's going to be on them, because they are going to be expected to have a great year. So, we'll find out, and that makes for an interesting year.
That's a good pressure.
I would like to thank you and Jeff Benjamin and the Chief Seats and Jim Ash and everybody for the support that we've had. You guys do a great job on the radio, and I think that's very important. There's a lot of people in Lincoln that listen, and I think they look forward to Friday and Saturday nights for our kids and for you guys. So, we have our student body, we have everyone that's involved in the basketball program, and the radio station and the TVs and everything is very, very important to the program. And it's that there, and along with our administration, who's very supportive of what we're doing athletically as well as academically at the high school.
Yeah, Coach, it's pretty easy on our point to work games because it's so smooth. The games are good. We're good. You make that program. You put so much time. A lot of people don't see how much time you and your assistants put in, but it's easy on our part to do what we do because, if you were doing Taylorville for those last couple of years, boy, it's hard to do. I don't understand how they would bring you that kind of basketball, but what you put out on the floor every year is easy for us to talk about. So, absolutely. Coach, have a good weekend down in St. Louis. We know you'll have some fun down there, and then we'll see you back here on Monday night.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Yep. Coach Alexander joining us. You're in the Chief Seats, 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. We got to take a quick commercial break. The phone lines will be open. Give us a call, 737-3791. I've almost prepared myself for anything. Just thinking about the phone calls that'll be coming in, talking about the call, the game, all that kind of stuff. So bring it on, 737-3791. I'd love to. I'll probably put my opinion. I'd like to hear yours. It's all with I guess fun and talking about sports, because that's what it is for right now. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.